Hey everybody, my name is Beth. I'm going to guide you through a HIIT class today. And as we go through this class, be sure to modify if you need to or intensify if you need to, even if I'm not offering those options as we get going. So let's just start walking in place, getting our legs going, just stepping in place, arms swinging by your sides, keeping your chest lifted. While we're doing this, you're welcome to roll your shoulders out, either forward or back. If you want to roll out your neck, you're welcome to do so. That may not feel as comfortable while you're walking, but maybe it will. So just try out, see what works for you. Just starting the body off a little slow. We'll add some jumping jacks here in 10 seconds. If you want to get bigger steps, you're welcome to do so. You're welcome to have some music on in the background. I should have said that earlier, but you're welcome to get that set up. All right, let's add some jumping jacks. Here we go. Arms up, legs out. Keeping chest lifted. Core is engaged, so bring your navel to your spine. Keeping your breath fluid. We'll start moving here in our warm-up, get our heart rate up, and then as we get into the HIIT workout, we'll really get our heart rate up. Five more seconds. We'll come to a squat pulse. And then bring your feet hip distance apart, sit down and pulse for 3, 2, 1. Come to standing and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, stand. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to stand and down. Stand. And squeeze your glutes at the top. Keep your chest lifted. Sit back towards the back of your mat. We have 2 more. Feel the burn in your quads. Push into the base of your big toes. And then from here, bring your feet wide, coming into some side lunges. We're going to bend over to the left. Bring your right hand over to tap our toes. And then come back up to neutral. Bend over to the right, left hand to your toes, and then up to neutral. Here we go, both ways. I just bring the other hand to my hip just to give it some place to go. You can also lift your other arm up towards the ceiling if that feels better for you. Keep your chest lifted. Even though we're lowering our chest down, you want to keep your spine long. Breath is fluid. We have 4 more. 2 more. Last one. All right, come to the back of your mat. We're gonna do some inchworms. Reach arms up and then come on down, hands down to the mat. Walk it forward. Hands plant down. Find a plank position. Either hold plank or hinge forward, push up. Push back up, walk your hands back, and come to standing, arms reach up. We have 6 more, walk it out. Push up or no push up, and then walk it back. Arms reach up, bring it down. Push it up. You're always welcome to bring your knees down on the push-up portion. We have 3 more. If I'm going too fast or too slow, you find your own pace. 2 more. You don't have to do all of them that I'm doing, just as long as you're moving during the same amount of time. Last one. Push-up or no push-up, and then come on back. And then we're gonna walk it out again to a plank, and we're gonna plank hold here. Push into your hands, 30 seconds, plank hold. So you're gonna push your heels back as you lift the backs of your kneecaps up towards the ceiling, engaging your legs. Bring your navel to your spine, push into your hands and lift your chest away from the ground, and then extend your chest forward and look forward about a foot in front of your mat. We have about 12 more seconds. Breathe here. Knees can always come down if you need to. Push yourself if you can. 5 more seconds. Engage your legs. and release. Come on down. That's our brief warm-up, or 5-minute warm-up, and now we're gonna go into the HIIT portion of this class. We're gonna do 5 exercises. We're gonna do 1 of each exercise for 4 rounds, and each exercise will be done for 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off. I'm gonna demonstrate each exercise right now, and then we'll go through and do them one right after another. So just take a breather and just watch what I'm gonna watch where we're headed. So first exercise is a burpee. We're gonna either reach up or jump up, hands come down, step back or jump back to a plank position. Then we're gonna do a high-low, one elbow down, other elbow down, other hand up, second hand up, and then you're gonna either step forward or jump forward, and then come up and start over right there. So it's a burpee with a high-low. And then next round, we're gonna do a front squat crunch with a rotation. So hands are gonna be stacked on top of one another. We're gonna squat down, and then you're gonna rotate to the right as you lift your right knee up towards your elbow. We'll squat down, turn to the left, bring left knee up, and squat down. So that's second round. And then the next exercise, number 3, we will go over this again as we go through. I just want to make sure you know where we're headed. Crab taps. You're going to come into a reverse tabletop position. Hips can be on the mat or lifted. You're going to take right hand, tap left foot. Woo! Take left hand, tap right foot. Make sure you're balanced in through your core before you get started on that, as I just demonstrated how I wasn't. Fourth exercise, feet go out wide. We're gonna squat down into a sumo squat, pulse for 1, 2, rise up, turn to the left, lunge, pulse 1, 2, back to center, goddess, pulse 1, 2, and then turn to the right, pulse 1, 2. And then last exercise, we're gonna come onto our belly. Hands are gonna be by your sides. We're gonna do Supermans with a squeeze of our shoulder blades. So feet are up or down. You're gonna lift your chest, and then from here we're just gonna squeeze our arms up, bring them down. Squeeze up, bring it down. So we're looking for that engagement in the upper back and the engagement in our lower back in an isometric hold, which will help get our heart rate up a little bit. All right, here we go. We'll start in 2 seconds. Excuse me, not 2 seconds. We'll start in 4 seconds from here. And we'll start with that burpee with the high-low. And here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Jump or step, jump or reach up, jump back or jump back. Go to your high-low, jump forward or step forward, and then jump. Here we go. Jump back or step back, high-low, elbows down, hands up, step forward or jump forward, and then add a jump or just reach up. Breathing here. We have 5 seconds. You can skip the high-lows and just hold a plank. 2 seconds, and then stop. 15 seconds rest. We're going to that front squat with a rotation. Here we go. We have 10 seconds. Catch your breath. Make some movements if you need to. Grab some water if you need to. And get yourself set up. Arms up, feet hip distance apart. And then rise up, rotate, and lift your knee. Sit down as low as you can, but make sure you're digging in through your heels as you do this movement. Breathing, keeping your chest lifted, looking for that deep rotation as we lift up our knee. It's a little bit of a crunch. We got 5 seconds. And stop. Right, down to the mat, crab taps. Hips can be on the mat or hips lifted. Remember, tap, tap. And here we go, 5 seconds. Find your position and go. 30 seconds here. Go as fast or as slow as you'd like. Remember, if you start and it hurts to be on your hands like this, hips come down, take a break there, and then when you're ready, lift back up. Keep your breath fluid. 10 seconds. I'll get this time down eventually. 5 seconds. and stop. Hips to the mat, come on up. We're going to that goddess pulse with the lunges. So feet come wide. We're gonna pulse down for 2, rotate to the right, pulse down for 2. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Pulse down for 2, rotate to the right, pulse down for 2. Back to center and to the left. Take your time to find this rotation. You don't have to rush through it. We're halfway. You can have your hands at your chest. If you have weights, you're welcome to use weights as well. 5 seconds. We're almost done with our first round. And there we go. All right, down to your belly, Superman with this squeeze of our shoulder blades. Arms gonna be cactus arms here, so elbows are bent. 5 seconds, we start. Catch your breath. We get a little bit more of a break after this. Now lift up and squeeze, lower. Squeeze, lower. So you're keeping your chest lifted. You're only lifting your arms here. You can lift your feet if you'd like. A little bit more of a challenge. Halfway there. Really looking for that engagement between the shoulder blades. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Here we go. And release. Come on up to standing. We have a minute's rest. So take a breather, grab some water, stretch it out if you need to, or just hang out and wait. Notice how you're feeling after the first round. We have 3 more rounds. They will get more intense as we go, only because we are working our body a little bit more as we go forward. So we have, let's see, about 30 more seconds. If you want to do some rotations here, or a little stretch with your arms, just find what works best for you. If you want to sit down, you're more than welcome to as well. Seems so easy after the first round, or maybe not so easy, it just seems like, oh, I got this, but you'll see as we get going, it'll get a little harder. So 10 seconds, we'll start with those burpees to the high lows. Let's see if I could cue it right this time. I think I got it. All right, set yourself up. We got 3 seconds, and here we go. Burpee jump. Jump back or step back. Elbow down, hand up, step forward or jump forward. Just finding what works for you here. And just notice which elbow you're putting down first and which hand you're planting down first. And then try to switch it up if you can. 5 seconds. And there we go. 15 seconds rest. We're coming to that front squat with a twist. Catch your breath. Those burpees could get you every time. Man, 5 seconds. Bring your feet about hip distance apart. Hands here, here we go. Squat it down, rotate to the right. Squat down to the left. Sit back towards your heels. Really dig into your heels as you come to standing, especially in that standing leg. Halfway. Keep your breath fluid. Engage your obliques as you do that twist. 5 seconds. Keep your chest lifted, shoulder blades down your back, and there we go. Crab taps. Come down to the mat. Hips down, or you're gonna lift them. We're gonna go in 5 seconds here. Whew. Maybe lift your hips up a little bit, and here we go. 30 seconds. Tap with the opposite arm. If you want to make it a little harder, straight leg, a little higher. We're halfway. Core is engaged, navel to spine, protecting your lower back. 5 seconds. And stop. Come on back up. We're going to do the goddess pulse to the lunges. I'm going to have us rotate to the left first this time. You're welcome to go to the right if you prefer. So feet really wide, toes out, heels in, and here we go. We're going to squat down, pulse, pulse, turn to the left, pulse, pulse. Back to center, pulse, pulse, turn to the right, pulse, pulse. Breathe. Taking breaks when you need it, listening to your body always, and then jumping in when you can. We're over halfway. 4 seconds. And there we go. Down to Supermans, come on down, onto your belly. Last round for this one. Here we go. Got 5 seconds. Elbows out by your sides, arms in cactus position, and lift up and lower. So you're only lifting and lowering your arms, squeezing shoulder blades towards one another, but keeping your chest and maybe your feet lifted. Finding that isometric hold in our lower back. A lot of the stuff we did was all folding forward, and so we're reversing that here. 10 more seconds. Breath is fluid, even though we're not doing more of a cardio exercise, and we're done. So we get a minute's rest here. Check in, see how you're feeling. If you need more of a rest, you're welcome to do so. We have 2 more rounds to go. Grab some water, maybe walk it out a little bit. You're also welcome to shake it out a little bit. Whatever you do, just don't turn off the video. All right, in 30 seconds, we'll get started again. Just remember, we're keeping our core engaged the whole time so we can protect our lower back and get that extra little ab workout while we're doing all these exercises. And if you need to go a little slower than what I'm cueing, please do so. It's more important for you to have a solid foundation and feel balanced while you're moving rather than rushing through it. All right, we have 5 seconds. We're gonna start with those burpees. Come to the top of your mat. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and begin. Finding the high-low. If you don't wanna do the high-low, you can also add push-ups if you would like. High-lows are a great way to get sort of a push-up in and work your way up to being able to do more push-ups. One of my students actually pointed that out to me and I thought it was brilliant. Here we go, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Front squat with the twist. Here we go, we're gonna squat down, rotate over. So we'll start to the left first. We have 5 seconds. Start setting up. 3, 2, 1. Squat back, rotate left. Squat back, rotate right. Again, core is engaged, and we are looking for that oblique action as we twist. If you exhale as you're twisting, that'll help to engage your abs so much more. So we're using our breath to get the engagement. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Come on down, crab taps. Remember, hips could be down if you need to, and straight legs to intensify. Catch your breath. 5 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. Find the variation that's best for you, knowing that you could take breaks, back off a little bit if you need to, and jump back in. You can always try to intensify a little bit more, and then you can back off if you need to. It's a good way to practice what would be best for you. 10 more seconds. Don't always have to do what the instructor is saying. 3, 2, and 1. Come on back up. Going to that goddess pulse into the lunges. Feet come wide. Whew. Toes are out, heels in. 5 more seconds. We're gonna rotate to the right this time, and we go down for goddess and pulse for 2. Rotate to the right for 2. To middle, 2. To the left for 2. Going as deep as what works for you right now. As you're in the goddess squat or sumo squat, you're going to actually really tuck your tailbone under. Keep your shoulders over your hips. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Come onto your belly. Superman's last exercise for round 3. We are so close to being done. Yay! Yay! Cactus your arms here. And here we go, and lift. Chest lifted, maybe legs lift. Squeeze shoulder blades. It's like you're trying to lift your elbows as high as you can, keeping your wrists in line with your elbows. Shoulder blades down your back. So if you're feeling like your shoulders are up towards your ears, bring your shoulder blades down your back. That'll help you find the engagement right where we're looking for it. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Whew, we got a minute here. Last round coming up, and then you're done. Woohoo! You're doing a great job. Grab some water if you need to. Stretch it out, walk it out. Maybe just plop down on the floor. That's what I feel like doing right now. But just find what's best for you. Knowing that there's only like 4.5 minutes left of work to do. Is that right? No, that's not right. 1.5 minutes. What am I thinking? 20 seconds. So remember, we're going to start with those burpees with the high-lows. You could skip the high-lows if you need to and just hold a plank. You can always step forward and step back. All right, 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. 30 seconds. Burpees with a high-low. Paying attention to what elbow goes down first and trying to switch it up every time. Keeping your body in a plank position as you lower. Halfway. Last time we're doing burpees. Yay! 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right, front squat with the cross body crunch. Remember, feet are gonna be a little wider. We're gonna squat down and rotate. I'm gonna take us to the right first. Yeah, to the right first. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Squat down, rotate. Squat down, rotate. Squat, exhale. Squat, exhale. Use your breath so you can get the engagement in the core a little bit more. Halfway. Maybe squatting a little bit more, knowing that you only have 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Come down, crab taps. You know all the variations you can do here. Take them if you need it. 5 seconds. And here we go, lift up and go. So this is a really good movement, keeping our body, our core engaged to help keep us balanced. This is a contralateral movement, meaning opposite sides are working together. That's usually a term used with coordination, and this actually is a coordination type movement. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Back up to standing. All this up down is part of our cardio, you know. Bring your feet wide, heels in, toes out. 5 seconds, goddess pulse. We're gonna rotate to the left first. 3, 2, 1. Pulse, pulse, rotate to left. Pulse, pulse. To center, pulse, pulse. To the right. Hips are underneath you, so you may need to tuck your tailbone as you come into that goddess squat or the sumo squat in the middle. Goddess squat is more of a yoga term. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right, down to the mat. Last exercise, and then we're gonna stretch it out. Best part of practice, huh? All right, cactus your arms. Remember, you can lift your feet or not. We're looking for that engagement, lower back. Lift up, and then squeeze shoulder blades, and down. Lift elbows, and lower. Extending your toes back behind you as the crown of your head reaches forward. Halfway. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just go ahead and rest down. Bring your hands on top of one another. Rest your forehead on your the backs of your hands, and then bend your knees, windshield wiper your legs here. Let's release any tension in our lower back into our hips. Catching our breath. Keeping your breath as fluid as possible. Your breath may be really fast, but trying to control it right now would be really helpful. Bring your feet back down to the mat, hands underneath your shoulders. Lift yourself up and bring your hips back towards your heels, and then walk your hands over to the right and sit your hips over to the left, feeling the stretch on the left side of your body. Again, controlling your breath. Really try to control your exhales especially. And then walk your hands through center over to the left, sitting your hips over to the right, feeling the stretch on the right side this time. Notice your breath, notice your heart rate. And I'll slow down here in just a moment. And then walk your hands back into center. Let's step our right foot forward, hinging forward into a low lunge. If you need to, you may need to put like a block or books or something underneath your hands, and you can always tuck your back toes under as well. From here, push into the back of your back foot and slight engagement into left glute. Breathing here. Nice job on your HIIT workout. It's not an easy one. And then hips back, straighten your right leg, half splits here. And we're gonna switch. So we're gonna just hinge forward a little bit, enough so we can bring our right knee back, and then step left foot forward, hinge forward. Ooh, this one's tight for me. Again, push your right foot into the mat, engage right glute, and then you'll feel a lot more stretch in the front of your hip, which is what we're looking for here. Breathing. Notice if your breath and your heart rate has slowed down a little bit. Just keep controlling that breath. Hips back, straighten left leg. Fold over here. And then hinge for a little bit. Bring your knees in line with one another. You're going to step your right foot back behind you. You're going to rotate your right heel over to the left as you reach your right arm overhead, looking for a big side stretch. And then if you bring your shoulder kind of back behind you, you'll feel a bit more stretch come through the front of your body. And then right hand comes down, right knee comes down, extend left foot back, rotate left heel over to the right, and then left arm reaches up and overhead, looking for the side stretch on the left side this time. Again, maybe opening your chest, bringing your shoulder back behind you a little bit. And release down. Come to a seated position on the mat or the ground. And we're going to take our left foot across our right, onto the other side of our right thigh. And then from here, we're going to inhale, sit up tall. Then exhale, rotate over to the left. Maybe grabbing onto your left knee with your right arm. I actually like that version because it'll stretch out your hip a little bit more. If you bring your arm to the inside, it's not bad. It's actually really nice. It's just more rotation into the spine, less stretch into the hip. So find what works best for you. Connect to your breath if you've lost that connection. And then rotate your torso forward. You're just going to bring your knee down. So the goal would be to have knees stacked, but I'm not even going to do that today. We're just going to bring our knee down so our feet are on top of it, and then start to hinge forward a little bit. You'll feel stretch in your left hip here. If this is really uncomfortable, you can come to a cross-legged position. It still works. And then rise up. We're going to switch sides. Bring your left leg down onto the mat. Right leg crosses over. And then sit up tall. Inhale. When you're ready to exhale, you're going to rotate over to the right, maybe grabbing onto your knee here to get that extra hip stretch. Slowing down your breath. Noticing how your body feels. Maybe grabbing some water when you need it. And then release out of that. Again, just let your knee drop down. It may stay kind of high, and that's fine, and then just start to hinge forward a little bit. And release. Come up to seated. Bring your feet together, knees out wide. Butterfly stretch. You're going to sit up tall and then fold forward if that feels okay, or stay upright and push your legs down. There's no right or wrong way here, just looking for that stretch to the inner thighs. Rise up, straighten your legs out, and we're going to fold over our legs here. Any amount. If you have any lower back pain, sometimes it feels good to have your hands a little bit behind you, kind of by your hips, and then bringing your chest forward, and then flex your feet, push your knees down into the mat, and find that stretch that way. If that doesn't feel good, then that's fine. You can walk your hands forward as well. Just an option. I find that to be helpful for me sometimes. Breathe. Wherever you are, flex your feet, push your kneecaps into the mat. And rise up. Cross your legs here. Take your left arm across your body. Stretch into your left shoulder. Maybe taking your right ear towards your right shoulder. Lift your head up if you took that variation. We're going to take our left hand to our upper back, grab onto your left shoulder, elbow, and pull it over to the right. Gently releasing here. Right arm across. Maybe left ear to left shoulder. Release, right hand to upper back, grab right elbow, pull it over to the left. Gently releasing, clasp your hands behind your back, last stretch here, and then open your chest. Maybe look up, maybe not, maybe just look forward, keeping the back of your neck long. And release. Thank you so much for joining in. I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day. Okay, bye.